Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because layoffs are piling up right now and it's officially layoff season. No other way to look at this. You know, hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel, but let's get right into it. It is wild right now because we are living through a time like no other. We've compared this stock market to 1929 and the effects rising up to it from 1925 to 1929, and it's eerily similar. But we didn't have the internet back then. We didn't have our fingertips with all this data that we could get in minutes, and then you throw AI into it and you're going to see people lose their jobs on a massive scale. You're going to see major changes to everything right now. And these layoffs are affecting so many companies. We've had, well over 1,000 companies have massive layoffs. And there's a bunch of great articles and stories in the video description below for you to check out. But it's just compounding and getting worse right now before our eyes. But this is the time of the year that traditionally you don't have a problem. And it's abnormal to have this happen in November. Warn notices are notices sent out to larger companies when they're going to fire a substantial amount of people. And there are over 100 companies, 100 in November alone. And I'm going to show you a little scroll here of everybody that is already officially announced. These are the people that have announced officially that they're going to lay people off. And these are not, one sector. This is places we've heard of, and this is absolutely monumental right now. And this is going to change everything because you have to look at business changing. We have trucking companies going out of business at a record pace. In 2024, we had 3.58 million truck drivers. Wow, that's a lot. No, it was down about 18% from the previous year. It's down even more this year. You're going to have, another 500,000 people lose their job in that sector alone. Why? People aren't shipping anything? I guess not. But key drivers, artificial intelligence, economic uncertainty. We talk about this all the time, guys, where things are changing right now. People don't have jobs. People are not spending the money. I was invited to a Halloween party last night and went out, and it was great. It was a fantastic time. A lot of people there, but talking to the Uber driver, going there, coming back, it was not the same thing. Just off. Not the demand, not people going out, and people that want to be safe, people that don't want to drive, people that just want to have a good time, and it's off. Why is that? In Orange County, California, is it just people are lazy, don't want to use Uber anymore? Or is it the fact that they don't want to spend the money? I think it's that they don't want to spend the money right now. The government policies, all the problems that we've seen, with all the layoffs from Doge alone and the government cutbacks, that's taken a huge effect. But when you see these hundreds and hundreds of companies that are laying off, this is not the time of the year that this happens, guys. It's just not. It is not. So, post-pandemic adjustments. This one I love because, during the pandemic, Amazon, hired, almost 35% more employees, got to over 1.5 million employees for one company. And now they're just going to cut back and get rid of what's not needed right now, which makes sense. But is this long overdue, or is it the sign of the times right now? So, UPS 48,000, Amazon 30,000, Intel 24,000, Nestle 16,000, Ford 11,000, Microsoft 7,000, Salesforce 4,000, Target 18,000 less workers. Wow. Oh man, you're just seeing all these different problems when it comes to this stuff. It really is fascinating. I mean, I'm blown away by it myself, but I just think that you haven't seen anything yet. So, few things, Remember when the Louvre got ripped off and they stole the gems, and it was kind of a, you know, a Keystone Cops type thing where you had people that pulled something off in broad daylight, and now they're starting to arrest people, and the jewels, of course, are missing. And you know, think about this: from Napoleon Bonaparte, jewels from his family. That is insane. God, what is that worth? Okay, well, some clown, okay, would go and take that and pawn things and do that, and they've caught 3 of the 4 guys as I filmed this video. But there was another brazen robbery from Oakland, city of Oakland. They have a museum there. Who knew? Thieves stole more than 1,000 items from the Oakland Museum. Well, what it is guys, let's go steal from the museum, because they're going to not have any you know, anybody covering the place. It's going to be some guy with a flashlight who's going to, you know, give us a stern look if we're in there. 1,000 items got stolen, and you know, had to go to the Guardian to get this, because I didn't even hear about it. So, you know, the FBI is investigating this local robbery, but you know, valuable items from a museum in Oakland. What's next, guys? Seriously, the thieves are out there right now, robbing what's easy right now, robbing what's easy. So, you know, 10-day, the everyday items you should never buy from the dollar stores or $1.50 stores or $3 stores. Items you should never buy there. I found that list, and then I found a second list, and it's the top 10 things you should buy from them. So 2 great articles below on that. Then let me know what you think about it. You know, let's go back to the job cuts for a second. The mid-year review made 2025 the worst year ever. So when you look at the first half of the year with all the job cuts, man, I'm telling you, they were just getting started at this point. All these birds that are out here. And when you read this mid-year compilation of everything, it's nothing compared to how the year ended. So it's getting worse and worse and worse. You know? So found a great article about 12 signs you're getting laid off. If you're concerned and you know anybody that's in HR and works in human resources for a company, whether it's your company or not, go and talk to them, because there are signs, there are things that they do, there's alienation, there are things that they do to make you the target, and it's very, very clear. And I've talked about this before, and I've had so many people tell me, you know, oh gosh, Dan, you were right, I was just totally targeted. And then I had somebody wrote me yesterday and says, do not give my name, but I found a job and I'm very, very happy, and it took a long time, but she, where I'm going to leave it at, was incredibly happy because the experience and the effort to do it took a while, but she got exactly what she wanted. Do you have the time? Do you have the money to pay your bills during this time to do this? This person was lucky enough to get through that. Not everybody can do that. So now, as all of us look around for the signs, what's happening? Which direction is the economy going to go into? Let's face it, guys. The one thing that you have to look at is the big companies that are going out of business. Supranational, it's another trucking company, down for the count. A national asset-based trucking company, down for the count. Files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy this week. A week and a half ago, Montgomery Transport, down for the count. Guys, over 1,000 drivers lost their job. Adults lost their job. But this is a sign of the times. Why are these people not shipping? By the way, there are 2 different types of shippers, but everybody's not shipping. That's a sign. And then, whenever I mention this man's name, people either love him or they hate him, and that is Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is selling things, and the one thing that he has is a tremendous amount of cash right now to buy up the deals when things finally collapse. Look at all these funky birds right here. So he has $382 billion worth of cash. Yes, Read the article below. $382 billion worth of cash. This is crazy. God, these are funky looking guys. Look at that. So, great article about him. One thing that I really enjoyed in May when I went to his shareholders meeting, I told everybody this may be his last shareholders meeting, and I was right because he stepped down, and he steps down at the end of the year, but they're going to step down. As he steps down, they're going to have a tremendous amount of cash. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Now, the worst company in his portfolio was Pilot gas stations. They lost money. Gas, wholesale gas, is not selling well right now. It's down in price. You guys have seen land, man. We need oil to be between here and here for us to make any money. Well, same thing for the richest, one of the richest men in the world, Warren Buffett, the same thing. A company sitting on $382 billion worth of cash. So, with that being said, Pilot didn't make much money. Now, the company that did make the most amount of money was his railroad company, BNSF. That made a tremendous amount of money. So I find this stuff fascinating, reading this stuff. It's always interesting. But again, the signs are out there. When you have people not shipping and logistics, things that have to get from here to there, that is a problem. When you see that UPS is down, when you see that the Postal Service is going to charge a premium this year to get things across the country. When I ship a priority mail envelope, which it used to be $5, guys, and you could ship a priority. You could take a letter, stick it inside one of those priority mails for $5. It's gone up and up and up. Now it's $11. Well, is it going to be 2 days? No. 3 to 5. Well, what's a regular stamp if it's going to take 3 to 5 for this? God only knows, guys. And again, we don't use, mail that much. I don't. But again, I send everything priority mail so I can track it and make sure that, oh, we didn't get your check. They got it. And we know when they got it. That's the best part. So look at things like this and understand that that's off. The price of a P.O. box, through the roof right now, guys. Everything is off. But you're going to mail. It's going to be the worst Christmas season to send your postcards because we have to send them basically 7 to 9 days earlier than ever to make sure that they're going to get there before Christmas. What? Why have the Postal Service if it's going to be like this? Let me know what you think so far, guys. A few things to finish this video right now. Do not forget our new site that you will see more and more content on, newvideos.com. Join it, sign up for it, and eventually we're going to have live news there every day. I cannot wait to share that with you. Newvideos.com. Check it out today. Plus, don't forget the private channel where everything's uncensored, and I love doing that content for you. That is iAllegedly Live. Few things to finish this. Here's some good news. Oh, we don't have any good news, Dan. Here's some good news before we get to the last two bad stories. Nordstrom's has just announced that they're doing a massive remodel for all the stores for Christmas this year. We're going to go all out for Christmas, end the Christmas season to end 2025. They're going to have a theme called Oh What Fun. Now, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm going to go check out Nordstrom's this week to see how they decorate the stores. What they're also going to have is they're going to have a 100-page catalog for adults. All the sale merchandise that they're going to guarantee that they're going to have in the store. And for kids, they're going to have a 25-page catalog for kids. I used to love to look through JCPenney, Sears catalog, Saks Fifth Avenue, Neiman Marcus, all those crazy things. When I was a kid, they had the $5,000 electric cars that no family could afford. But this is what the throwback is to this is, let's double down and let's bring people back into the store. So you have a Nordstrom's? I'm going to go check that out. Jack's Donuts has 24 locations across the country. Again, this is sign of the time. They're going bankrupt because people are not buying donuts in the morning and buying coffee, and they're in several states. So you can sit there and say, well, gosh, the Jack's Donuts near me is terrible. I know why they're going out of business. The employees are horrible. All 24 of them? Guys, this is how bad the economy is. It's that simple. People cannot afford to have donuts in the morning. It is that simple. That simple. Final story out of SF Gate. talking about salmonella in chicken. And sometimes these chickens get delivered all over the place because people aren't clean. Wash your chicken, guys. Wash it, wash it, wash it, wash it. Wash the container. Wash your hands after you pick up the container, because a lot of this has salmonella, and some of it even went to Costco. Read the article on how you have to clean yourself when you have chicken and chicken products. So you don't want to have a problem. You don't want to get sick with the holidays coming up before you go shop at Nordstrom's. Hit the like button. You want to email me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. And there's so much to cover. Check out everything, and I will see you guys very soon.